But I mean, the ability accuracy is going nuts right now. I made the joke, I could feel it throbbing through my veins. I've got horsemen. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for the third and final war of week 1. We've lost our first 2, so we do actually really want to win this one. We were pushing, and that means the alliance as a whole, placing without suicides, going all in. I've been boosting, I've been trying to learn and do my best this season, and it's been going very well. But as an alliance, everyone's going to be doing that. We've got 4 fights in this one, including a repeat of a mini boss that I'm really excited to get a second chance on. We did solo her last time, but it's always cool to go in and try to fine tune the process. All right, let's get started on this. And then remember, if you're enjoying this, please make sure to hit like, consider subscribing, and definitely consider hitting those notifications or sharing if you're really enjoying it. So thank you very much. All right, so we're coming in here. I'm gonna be taking Hitmonkey. Now, Apocalypse is already charged up because of Cable. However, I do need to take a fight with Apocalypse. Obviously, I do not want to die, but I do need to take a fight with Apocalypse. And in order to make Horseman Archangel, which has been going really well, Apocalypse is a fantastic matchup for this monkey. I prefer taking this monkey out with Archangel, but this is now my second time doing it with Apocalypse. I don't know if I was charged up fully the other time this season, but I just love it, right? He can't shrug Apocalypse's stuff. He did do the evade there, but I was still within the light, so I was very comfortable with it. You were very quick, as you saw, to hit block, and then, this fight's just going to continue on. Hitmonkey is one of those champions, though, you do want to be careful with. For the most part, you're seeing people 9 out of 10 times solo him. The thing is with that one, it's one little mistake, and he can do enough damage to end it. So, really happy with that. The whole idea for me was just stay calm. I'm gonna land my specials. I had hoped to get to the special 2 if I could, but because of the power alternator there, I was gonna keep an eye on that. Make sure I threw my special before it went off. I don't want Hitmonkey getting to his SP2. Moving in to my next fight, this was the, this is good. I wanna point this out. Notice how many points I have in my masteries up there, 24. I had completely removed my masteries. My offensive masteries. That's because we're going up against this rage, right? If I do over 2.5% of his health and hit, not only will it be capped, he will get fury. Archangel, and we're learning this as I'm taking more fights with him. There's 3 hits in the heavy, and they can all hit for differing amounts, particularly the third one. That's the third one, is the one that triggered rage against Wasp in the previous war, and it's the one to look out for here. So I removed all of my offensive masteries, and I have no attack boost at all. In fact, I don't think I was even running a health boost here. I'm very comfortable fighting Spider-Man Stealth. But the thing I needed to watch out for was if I trigger too many of these Furies and then he goes unblockable, then we do have a problem. So here we go. I also, and I don't like that we have to do these things, but it is smart to do. I backed out, I placed the Horseman ability pre-fight, backed out, made sure it was still there. Now I'm back in, so it is on, so we feel good about that. And so I do feel comfortable pairing Spider-Man right out of the gate. As you can see though, it's a little delayed, so get a little lucky there, but that's part of the Horseman ability too. If he had come in to punish me, I would have been okay. I would have gone unstoppable. So being a Horseman, it's not just helping you offensively, which it really is, but it's also giving you that insurance and help in case something goes wrong, right? Or a little bit of a safeguard there. He's got 5 neuros on. I don't think as I say it, I did decide to go for a heavy. I usually like to just sit there and watch them die when I know they're going to, but I think I decided to finish this off. I knew we were pushing. This was not the time for any sort of taunting of the AI or things like that. Now going up against this Tigra. Tigra can be dangerous, right? Especially when it's unblockable with those specials. What I typically like to do is stay very close to her, so I'm aware of when she's going to go unblockable, right? In the special, it's when she bounces back. You know that she's going to go unblockable, and then you can dash back and evade them. I do think I'm going to end up making a mistake here, but again, the Horseman, as I just talked about, it's a really nice insurance policy in case you do make a mistake. And so here we go. She has this Power Focus 2, the SP2 being a little bit more difficult to evade than the SP1. And then the Aggression Powerless, right? With her specials are hitting hard enough anyway. So let's check this out. Let's see how this goes. She's not, being helped out by the global. I really haven't taken any fights where the global has anything to do with it. So I haven't paid much attention to them, to be totally honest here. So we've landed our parry and heavy, and this one is going to be just a pure parry and heavy fight. So there you go. So you see, and now she's got unblockable, and then I don't react well. That is what that is. But you see, and that's what I've been talking about with the Horseman. is that you go unblockable on that first hit that you would be taking, or unstoppable, I mean. That's a big deal. Like I said, I got very used to playing Archangel with no synergy help or anything like that. Doing very well. Then last season, I got to use White Magneto. It was incredible. It was amazing. I was like, I cannot imagine this ever getting better than this. And then now I'm getting to make him a horseman, and it is just wild. All right. This was the big one. So you've seen me take Sorcerer Supreme. You've seen me take Symbiote Supreme. Symbiote, I did not use Indestructible. He's not gaining power as fast. I got the really good advice from Lizer about if and when he gets to the 2 bars of power, especially if those neuros on. I'm just going to stay blocked up. I'm trying to tell the AI, it is not safe for you to throw this special. Don't do it. Sorcerer Supreme's a little bit different of a story here. And what I'm showing you, and the reason I've stopped this is, my BG had 45 attacker kills and 0 deaths. I believe we did get a donut, a 0, in my last season, SSX, and I know I've gotten some at 4 Loki, but it's been a bit, and you never, ever, ever, ever want to be the person who ruins it, right? It just is not a good feeling. Of course, everyone's fine, and they tell you it's okay, but deep down inside, you know how horribly you feel. So I went ahead and I did decide to use Indestructible. Plus, we're pushing, and this war was incredibly tight. I think it was like 4-4 or something like that at this point. So it was incredibly tight. My BG has been kicking butt. The plans from Lizer and Delion have been incredible. They've been amazing. Everyone has been executing flawlessly so far. So I'm definitely going to keep that. And I got to tell you, I wasn't worried about ruining it. I was just more like, I'm going to keep this going. So here we go. 0 defender kills. Going in against this Sorcerer Supreme here. You can see people chatting in the BG chat. We're having a lot of fun. This Aspect of Evolution, Enhanced Special 2. Really, with Archangel, especially as the horseman, the idea is I'm just going to kill her first. I'm going to use the Indestructible, and I am going to take another second to talk about this because I've gotten some questions on it about what do I mean by I'm going to have that be part of my attack plan. So, and you saw I have 1 death so far this season, and I talked about it a little bit. I was like, I should have just used my Indestructible. I should have utilized it as part of my attack philosophy. And what I mean by that is, and sometimes in fights, you get to this point where you could decide to bait the SP2, right? Let's say maybe you've been trying to bait the SP1, you don't get there, it doesn't happen. You get pushed to the SP2 and they're gaining power, or in the encroaching stun, right? The encroaching stun's coming up. And so you're forced to, what do I do? For me, if I have the Indestructible, it's just part of my attack plan. At least that's how it should be. I'm just going to push them to the SP3 because it's only going to take 1 hit from the Indestructible. Usually I'm pushing them back to their side of the map. And it was just like a nice little reset. If I don't do that and I'm continuously trying to bait, or like the encroaching stun, or like here, if I'm trying to bait her out, that's for me often when things go wrong. They then hit me with a 1, 2, 3, 4 hit combo, and then they still end up in their SP3. And now I don't have the Indestructible to protect me from the damage of this SP3. So when I'm talking about utilizing the Indestructible boost offensively, for me, it's a shield. I'm going to use this, and I don't care if I get to the SP3. In fact, if anything, I'm very okay with that. I'm just going to get as much damage in as I possibly can. So that's what you're going to see in this fight, and you're going to see I'm not even going to try to evade her specials. I do know how to do it. I'm not even going to try because I don't want to mess with it, and I don't want it a silly mistake to use up my Indestructible boost, all right? So here we go. I believe with her, I'm usually pretty comfortable getting the parry off at the start. Yeah, there we go. I even had the White Magneto pre-fight. I was curious about how far that would push me back. I don't think I've ever had that against Sorcerer Supreme before. But I mean, the ability accuracy is going nuts right now. I made the joke, I could feel it throbbing through my veins. I've got Horseman, I've got White Magneto pre-fight. I mean, ability accuracy is through the roof right here. And as you can see, I just blocked her SP1. I know how to evade it, but I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it because she is melting. I'm happy that she's throwing her SP1. And if something were to go wrong, I don't want that to be where my Indestructible boost gets used. I want it to be on this SP3. And as you see, get a nice little re-parry there. Come in for the combo, finish her off. We're on our way to the donut, 46-0, and you're gonna see the really cool chats here. This was just fun, right? War is fun regardless, or can be anyway. But here's the chat. Look at this. Lizer's complimenting Enzo. Enzo's like did a great job in a really tough fight. Pandaman Pete solos the boss, right? Now we're joking. Ghost is bad. You know, everyone's just having fun. Watch this. Apparently the game thinks Vega is a bad word, so it blocked it out, censored Vega. It's just fun. It's just fun when these things happen and your BG cares and they're putting forth the effort, and you're obviously thanking your BG leaders who have put in the time to put forth a plan like Deleon and Lizer have right here, and then they can watch the conclusion together. And the coolest thing is we did get the donut. That was very cool. It was a very good feeling. I believe it was One Punch Man actually had 2 fights to take in Section 8, maybe even the next morning. And I think those are always the pressure ones, right? Now that the boss is down, 48 kills have happened, and now you're supposed to wake up in the morning and finish that off. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And he came through like the stud that he is. Amazing job, BG3. The really, really kind of crappy part here is deaths are just so low in war. We only died 5 times and we tied. No one likes a tie because it ends up being a loss for both alliances. Elite clearly played really well. Attempted to make the silly pun there, but I didn't. They played Elite, and we both had 5 deaths, and it just stinks. It just stinks. So as far as the records are concerned, 4Loki went 0-3 in the first week of the season. I'm not sure actually where we are in place, probably in Platinum 1 or Platinum 2 or something like that. I'm sure we'll bounce out of it, but nonetheless, you'd rather not have to dig out of a hole than be in the hole. But here's where we find ourselves. Personally, I'm very happy with my season so far. I'm very excited about my BG, how extremely well we're playing, and how well the BG planners, Lizer and Deleon, are doing. I believe this is definitely their first time planning in 4Loki. I don't believe it's Deleon's first time planning, and I don't know if Lizer did some planning last season for 4Loki, but they're doing a fantastic job. We're there, we're having fun. I'm getting to use champions that I'm really excited about using, Apocalypse, Cable, and of course a lot of Archangel and some Human Torch here and there. So I'm looking forward to weeks 2, 3, and 4 of the season. I'm absolutely having a blast. And let me know, how are you enjoying this? How is your season going? And how are you enjoying war? All right. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.